Okay, we're gonna talk about freezer meals tonight. I'm so excited. This is a great way when you have those crazy weeks that things get a little bit out of hand. You'll always have something ready for a meal to put on the table. All right, so tonight we're gonna do 4 of them. And what I did is I prepped my bags in advance. So we're gonna do a chili, we're gonna do a sloppy Joe, we're gonna do a chicken and rice, and we're gonna do a chicken a la king. And what I do is I write what it is and I write all my directions on the plastic bag. You just want to take these out a night before, the day before, just so they defrost in the fridge. If they're still a little bit icy the next day, just add an extra hour onto the cooking, that's all. Pretty simple, right? Okay, let's get cooking. Okay, so this is everything that's gonna go into our freezer meal, chili. So I already cooked up 2 pounds of ground beef, just cooked it with a little bit of salt and pepper, that's gonna go in. I did this yesterday and just had it in my refrigerator. Okay, so I got my hamburger in there. This is 1 diced bell pepper, 1 poblano pepper, and 1 red onion, just chopped up there. Going in. All right. Even with the cold, I can smell those onions. Oh my goodness. Love it. Okay, I've got 3 cloves of minced garlic going in. Get it out of there. This is 1 bay leaf. I've got 2 teaspoons of coriander, 1 tablespoon of cumin, and 2 tablespoons of chili powder. All going in. I love this. You just kind of dump and forget about it. I've got 1 can of diced tomatoes going in. Let's see if I can get all this stuff in here. I'm working on it. Okay, this is gonna be a really tight squeeze. Let's see if I can do this. This is 2 cans of rinsed and drained pinto beans. You can use whatever you like. Black beans, it'll all be delicious. Okay, so the only, wow, it worked, yay. Okay, the only thing that we're missing is 2 cups of water. So I actually have it on the bag that you wanna add it right before you cook. You could also substitute your favorite beer would be delicious, either or, whatever you like. So I'm just gonna zip this up, get as much air out as I can. And this is gonna go in for another time in the future. This will be good in your freezer up to a couple months. But even though I try to be organized, listen, I'm not perfect, right? Time just gets away from us all. And sometimes you just have those weeks that get a little bit crazy. And as much as we love to go out to eat and try new places, I hate to be forced to go out to eat because I'm not prepared. All right, this is our chili. Okay, so we're gonna do our freezer meal sloppy joes. Who doesn't love a good sloppy joe, right? On a potato bun or something, come on. I cooked this yesterday. This is some ground beef. This is 2 pounds. And I buy it in bulk at Costco. And it's just nice to have this stuff on hand. But yeah, you do want to cook this. So we get this all in there. Okay, we got all our ground beef in there. This is 1 onion diced and 1 bell pepper. All right, going in. I love these little baggy stands. These are fabulous to hold things open. I still managed to make a mess, but okay. That's all going in the pot. This is 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. We've got a 1/2 teaspoon of chili powder. Just kind of gives you that, I think, grown-up flavor. And a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. Okay, that's going in there. This is 2 cups of regular old ketchup. Your favorite brand, whatever you like. This is 1/4 cup of brown mustard. You could use the regular yellow, that would be fine too. Whatever you have, this isn't complicated, okay? 1 15-ounce can of tomato sauce. We're getting full here. And then I'm just gonna add, just eyeball 2 teaspoons of rice wine vinegar, any kind of vinegar would do. 2 teaspoons of that Worcestershire sauce. Just eyeball it, again, a little more, a little less, it's okay. And then we're just gonna seal this up. Let's see if I can do this without making too much of a mess. And again, this is gonna be a delicious meal for sometime in the future. Get as much air as you can. Okay, we're off to make some chicken and rice next. We're gonna make a little bit of chicken and rice with some broccoli freezer meal. So this is 2 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken thighs that I've already trimmed up of most of the fat. You can leave a little bit of fat in there. Fat means flavor, right? Okay, let's get that in there. All right, I know this sounds crazy, but I'm throwing in 1 cup of rice. It's going into the freezer bag. This is 2 teaspoons of that bouillon, chicken bouillon. This is 1 can of cream of chicken soup going in. These are great because all these things just pack a bunch of flavor into your meal. And this is gonna slow cook for 5 to 6 hours once we get everything in there. This is 1 small can of diced green chilies. We like things with a little bit of spice. You could leave that out. I'm gonna add just a tiny pinch of garlic powder, maybe like 1/4 teaspoon or so. You could add a little bit more if you'd like. This is 1 12-ounce bag of broccoli. It's already been washed and cleaned, so it just makes my life easier. All right, let's see if I can make all this happen. Believe it or not, we're gonna put in 3 cups of water in here. And then I'm just gonna zip it up, and it's gonna go in the freezer for another meal, probably later on this month. And again, you'll take this out the day before, 5 to 6 hours in your slow cooker, you're gonna have a tasty meal. Okay, the last one we're gonna make is chicken a la king. Super delicious, so easy. Serve it over egg noodles, you're gonna love it. This is 2 pounds of mixed frozen green vegetables going in. And actually, I mean, you could just add these in the day that you're gonna do it, but why not put it all together if you can. Next is gonna go 3 cans of cream of chicken soup. And this is just 1/2 teaspoon of paprika and 1/2 teaspoon of thyme going in. You notice I'm not putting a lot of salt and pepper in these because I'm using some canned things, which usually pretty heavily salted. So you can check it at the end for seasoning. If you need to add a little bit, that's fine. And I've got 2 pounds of chicken breast. And then I'm gonna seal this baggie up. And it's gonna be ready for the freezer for another meal later on down the month. Perfect. All right. Go in the freezer and then 5 to 6 hours in your slow cooker. Okay, so you can see with just a little bit of prep, you can have 4 beautiful meals for in the future. So we've got our slow cooker chili, we've got our sloppy joes, we've got our chicken, broccoli, and rice, and we got our chicken a la king. This is the best way to actually do it. Get them nice and flat as you can. And I'm gonna put them on these sheet pans in the freezer just so they get nice and hard. Then they'll be nice and flat. Then I can take the sheet pans out and kind of stack them together. I hope you enjoy these recipes.